Guess who's back? Back again. Rabid's hash is back on. Now yours is gone. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? I created CPU monsters. You know what it's all about. GPUs have nothing to do except spread that doubt. All right, that's all I got so far. I was trying to get some more going, but you know what? Whatever. You know, my teeth pulled and it kind of sucks and it's hard to talk, so let's get going. Welcome, Rabid here. Guys, hit that subscribe button. I now have some power in the garage. These are running overnight and it's already getting warm in here, so I might have to pop a couple doors open, let in some air. It's a little bit cooler out today. But for the most part, yeah, here we are. Cables is looking like a mess already. Wow, absolutely horrible stuff. But, you know, we'll clean it up one day here. I still got to get the epics in and a couple other rigs and stuff, which we'll go look at in a minute. But, you know, just looking at things, this is looking really bad right now. When we go down there and show you what I got going on, obviously I'm going to adjust this, but, you know, I have it on like a little powered router because they don't have any extenders or anything to run that the right way. And, you know, that. And then here is my power cable. I drilled the wall holes right about, yeah, you can kind of see them right there. So I got some holes in right here. They'll focus. You can see them right there. So I still have 2 power cables to run. Well, one more, but that one's coming up this way, around like this, down, and then just so I can always see the power is kind of, you know, situated right there on the box. And then I want to run the other one kind of just above it, around, and then sit that one up maybe somewhere down in here, and then get another one of these racks, but they're expensive right now. Donate down in the description there if you want to help me set up my stuff some more, as well as give me some ideas. But we got to come in. I need another rack in here, and then kind of situate a box over here, and then we got to move this stuff out of the way because it probably won't fit. And now I'm losing my focus, so let's get some focus action. There we go. Let's take a look at the box.
Are you already mining and want to scale, but local limits are holding you back? Or you're a beginner who wants to get into mining but never took that first step? What if I told you there was a turnkey solution for just $3,990 from a top 10 mining pool with over 400,000 users that mines currently 12 Bitcoin plus per day? EMCD. Starting from just $3,990, your miner runs in regions with electricity as low as just 6 cents per kilowatt hour, like for example in Ethiopia. This means a fast ROI from 12 months depending on market conditions. It's one of the lowest barrier, most scalable mining setups available right now. And you can start mining within just 24 hours. Having a look at our dashboard, here we can see our live hash rates as well as mined Bitcoins in real time. Various things. Here we can see our live hash rates and everything. We can go through today, 7 days, or even 30 days to see how well our miners have been doing. Here's our look at our current hash rate per hour, our per 24 hours for our average hash rates. And here we can see our rewards with our total rewards as well as auto payouts coming out to within our own wallet on the FPPS reward system. 0% pool fees. Start getting passive income in Bitcoin right now. Apply on the website using that link down in the description. I've worked with EMCD quite a few times in the past, and I've trusted them quite a bit. Hit that link and earn Bitcoin today.
There we go. So we got the meter box happening here. This is the Octa.Space Green Edition, which I got a few years back and never really used. Up until now, I figured I'd use some new boxes. So we're currently using about 1,492 watts here. So I got that hooked for 240 volt, which is coming into this PDU right here, which is also meter. Let's see if it's telling us the same type of numbers here. So you probably can't really read what this is saying, but it's telling us pretty much the same numbers. So coming out of this thing, here is our network switch, which I ordered from eBay. I got it for like $30 Canadian. So that's a sweet deal. A while ago, it's been sitting downstairs for quite some time. Now I also have a meter hooked to my 120 volt. As we know, we use other power that you don't recognize in crypto mining. And pretty much right now, all that's running off this is this switch right here, and it's using like 53 watts. That's power that you do have to consider as well. So I also wanted a way to track all my 120 volt stuff because you do have a lot of, you know, on non-240 stuff volt running that you're not really counting for. You're just looking at your rig power here, but you got switches and other things that you do run 120 volt on that you don't really count. So you got to keep that in the back of your mind as well. So I still have rig 5 down here, which I got to set up. I got a 5900X, I believe that's what that guy is right there, which I got to set up as well. And then, yeah, like I mentioned, we got the epics and stuff I got to put in here. Let's run downstairs actually and show you kind of what I got going on down there to get everything up into here. All right, so let's kind of start with my internet. So as you can see right here, because I needed 2 cables, I'm using this little mini router thing here. I have to plug it in and stuff just to get in there. This is just kind of rigged for now because I ordered from Amazon the couplers or extenders, whatever the heck they're called. That way, you just plug one into one side, one on the other side, and you're good to go. And then I can reroute all of our Ethernet here, get some internet running a bit better way instead of being all kind of a mess like this. As for the power itself, I still have one more to do here, but this is the one we got going right now. We can see it coming in through the bottom, up to the top, and then I kind of got it hammering around that way and into the hole up there. Let me just not trip on anything and come into here, and we can kind of see, let's see if I can get up there. Yeah, so it's kind of going into the garage that way. Now, for all you electricians out there, I ended up using these red Morettes because the yellow ones were a little bit too small. But looking in there, like, is that able to handle all that power? Like, I don't know, it seems pretty thin inside for that. But maybe it is. Maybe that's what it's designed for. This does say, let's say 22 to 10. I'm assuming that's 10 gauge, which should have worked. But the yellow said down to 10 gauge as well, but it would not fit at all. Maybe on aluminum it would, but for these copper lines, it doesn't. So I don't know. Will these work here, or should I be better off getting, the ones where you crimp both sides, the straight edge ones, kind of like that? I don't know what they're called, but you know what I'm talking about. So let me know. Will these work, or should I swap it out inside of that junction box? Let me just kind of focus on it so you can see. Maybe I should just open it up and show you guys, but pretty much that's what I got going in there to splice the 2 wires together. Now I still have a few rigs that I actually got to get into there. These two 3950Xs are sold, so I got to pack those ones up. One of these 5950Xs is sold, and the other one I keep because I think I sold 2 of them and I still have one. So I'm going to take one of them into there. And then obviously we got the 2 epics here, the 7742 and the dual 7742. So I'm going to have to figure out spacing for that. But for the most part, I'm almost ready to go. We're going to finish up everything, hopefully maybe today, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. And then update video, and then start testing coins and deciding what the heck should I start mining out there. So yeah, once I get my epics in here, which I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I know for the dual epic for sure, and maybe even the single epic, I'm going to have to put some cardboard down, that way I can sit it on, because it's just on those little stands. So I'm going to need to do that. I might put these back into the stackable, because then I can stack it on top of these 2 rigs, make new, I guess I need to 3D print more frames for that one so that I can stack those up, and then these 2 rigs and those 2 rigs can go beside those, and that'll clear up even a lot more room, because doing it that way saves so much space. As you can see here, here's 2 rigs, here's 2 rigs, but look how much space these 2 alone are taking without them being stacked up. And over here we got 2, 4, 6, there's 8 rigs in pretty much the same amount of space as just those 2 rigs. So it's pretty crazy, just the way you actually set up your rigs on how much space it'll save. Now, ultimately, running like AI and stuff, which seems to be popular, that's kind of why I still have these here. I don't have the internet for it, but I might start trying some AI stuff because, that seems to be the route people are taking. That seems to be the route where the profits are. I don't have the internet for a lot of them, but I do have a decent amount of internet for some of them, but I can't do them all. So I'm very limited on the platforms I can actually do, because I only have I don't even know, 65 meg down and 8 megabytes up. So it sucks. And a lot of places require at least 10 to 50 megabytes of an upload, and I just don't have that. So I am definitely limited on what I can try, but I do plan on getting in and trying some AI platforms, especially if it is making more than strictly CPU mining and stuff right now. I do believe Cubic is on par now with GPUs in terms of solutions. I don't know if they did a solution split up thing or something. I'm currently going to be trying that, I think, first on these, just to see how it does for the week. But, instead of, GPUs versus CPUs all the time, GPUs are still hashing quite a bit. But somehow I think they, at least last Epoch, it sounded like they split CPUs and GPUs got the same amount of type of solution. So it's almost like they split the chain up now. So I really don't know what's going on. It's very confusing when you're dealing with Cubic, but I'm going to try it this week and see how it goes. It sounds like next week you might even be getting more solutions on CPUs. Ultimately, I feel like they should just go 100% CPU, ditch all those darn GPUs altogether, and just bring it back to how it started. And CPUs were absolutely awesome on it. Plus, you know, they're trying to do this whatever compute stuff with XMR, and you need CPUs for that. So why should CPUs be helping boost Cubic's price for the GPUs when they're not doing crap else on there other than hashing a lot better based on the current system and stuff that they got going on? But I don't know. We'll just see what happens. And it's a very weird ecosystem that they got going on. I still need to learn a lot more about it. You know, I'm missing a lot of things here. So obviously we need some knowledge on it, and education is always prime on that. So I do need to learn a lot more about Cubic because it's constantly changing. We never know. But that's where I'm currently at on my CPUs, is trying some Cubic to see how it does play out. All right, guys, so hopefully you did enjoy this video. We got power and internet temporarily into the basement. I think the power is good here for this one circuit. Internet, I still got to adjust. I still got to bring in some rigs. Obviously, I got to do some cable management, maybe run it underneath all here and stuff. But for now, you know, we got some power in here. We got some rigs on, and it's freaking awesome. Hit that subscribe button. Share all my videos around. Help the Rabid Mining channel grow. Much appreciated. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.